community features have you found to be the most noteworthy and enjoyable?
I would say the features that I find to be most noteworthy and enjoyable of Highland Woods would be the Owners Club and the bike paths. I myself am a runner, so just to have the miles of bike paths throughout the subdivision have been really enjoyable for me and my family, and also the fact that not only is it for running, but for biking. In the other communities that we've lived in the past, biking was always a challenge. Always wanted to go biking, but just to load up the bikes, go somewhere, and have to bike was just a hassle. Right here, it's right out your back door, so you can just get on your bike, ride the kids to school, and ride around the subdivision. And just the facility itself, the Owners Club, be it the pool, the workout facility, the tennis courts, I mean, that's just to name a few. The countless parks and lakes, everything throughout the community is just very enjoyable as a family.
What intrigued you the most about Highland Woods to buy a home here?
I would say what intrigued me the most was the fact that it is actually a community that is very well located. You've got the major hospital, Sherman, which is being built up the street. It's very conveniently located to shopping, but it's set off of the main road. So you have the main highways, the main roads, but yet you don't feel like you're actually living on them. You can't hear the roads, but there's many different ways to get, throughout the subdivision, and it's just very convenient, and the way that the community is set up is just, phenomenal, with all the different neighborhoods within one big neighborhood. It just makes it really enjoyable.
How would you describe your home and community to a friend who is interested in the Highland Woods community?
Pretty much just like what I said, it's a community within a community. Everybody here seems to be very much like a family unit, and it's nice to be able to go throughout the community to the parks and meet your neighbors. And I would just describe it as almost like a club, almost like the only thing we're missing really is a 9-hole. Other than that, we pretty much have everything that we need here as far as the bike paths, the pool, the school, and the ponds, the wildlife, in my backyard I actually have a wetlands with all the wildflowers, and just the amount of wildlife that it brings into this subdivision is phenomenal. We actually bought binoculars so we could bird watch. So that's how I would describe it to a friend or anybody, family who's interested in the community itself.
What does Highland Woods do to set itself apart from other communities?
This community is very well maintained. Every time I pull in and out of my garage, there is some type of beautification going on. They're very aware of keeping the lawns mowed, so the parks are very well groomed and picked up. And if there's any type of trees or anything throughout the subdivision that need attention, they trim them. If they're dead, they replace them immediately. The neighborhood is very, very well lit, so that when you come into the community, even at the front entrance, the perennials are just unbelievable, and it's very, very inviting. As you drive by, it just makes you really want to come into the community to check it out because it is just so beautiful.
What considerations were made when choosing a community, or why was Highland Woods ideal for your family?
It was ideal for my family because of the layout and the convenience, as I mentioned, to major highways and other things. I like the fact that the main road does not have any driveways off of it. It is just a beautiful boulevard lined with trees, and you can just drive through the subdivision and not worry about kids on their bikes and stuff. The paths are pretty much dedicated for that. So, other subdivisions, the kids ride their bikes in the streets, the driveways are right off the streets, you have to worry about people pulling in and out. The subdivision is very well laid out, it has so much green space. Even if there's not a park, there's just a lot of green space, and you could just go and actually picnic. Or go by the bridge, there's the bridge, that goes over to the school with the oak tree, and you just really don't even feel like you're in the city of Elgin. You feel like you're totally somewhere else, and it's just really great.